Hello guys, welcome back to another Minecraft mod showcase, and today we're going to be looking at the project Poppa by Yellow Forge Studios, and this was on my request, so let's get started. Something that I forgot to say is that it starts when you install the mod, it starts you in this home screen, and so you can see Poppy, and then you can see a player, and it has a little animation where the Poppy is not Poppy. This is what's his face? Huggy, right? Is he Huggy? I don't remember. It's been a while since I play it. Grabs you and takes you, and like the jump scare happens. Anyway, I wanted to add this. So first of all, there's something called a song checkpoint, and the way the song checkpoint works is when you go through it after you set it up, and all this is going to be different than normal mod checkers, because this all has to be done. Most of it has to be done in creative, so you have to set up like a map or something for them to work. So the checkpoint works like this. So you put a checkpoint on, there's no crafting, so this has to be done when you're creating a map, and then whenever a player walks through it, a little bell will go. And why is the bell not going? Because it needs to be far away. There we go, the little bell will go, and if I die, then I'll just respawn where that checkpoint was located. Same thing over here. If I walk through it, the little thing will click, it will ring, and then if I would have died in the map, then I would just come back to the checkpoint. And you can put many more checkpoints, but they have to be a certain distance. Like this two didn't work because they were too close to each other. Okay, so we're going to get started over here. So when you first log into the game, the player will receive an envelope, and when you right click the envelope like so, you receive the let me open this. You receive the grab pack, the blue hand, the cassette, and the note. The note and the cassette don't do anything as far as I know. I kind of looked through it. I kind of tried to look for other things that I could find, and I couldn't find anything that the cassette or the note is able to do. So I don't know if they're still in work in progress. Now I know this mod is also a work in progress, so they're working on it, they're putting new things. And so once you have the blue hand, you will grab it and then right click it into the grab pack. That way you'll have the hand equipped to it, and if you want to remove it, you right click it again and then you can get it out. And that's how you work the grab pack. There's also something called the zone no grabber, which I couldn't find what it did. I assume you would put it in creative and you put it in front of something, it wouldn't allow you to grab whatever, but it didn't seem to work the way that I expected it to work. So I think maybe it's a little glitch. Don't know exactly what is wrong with it. So let me grab the mushrooms real quick. I'm going to show them. I'm going to use them in a bit. And then we are going to go through the whole hands. So the hands can be crafted, most of them, and this is how you would start it, with a colorless hand, which is crafted like this, and then you would use the different buckets to get the different color hands, and they all do different things. So the buckets are crafted like this, just with its color, like so. And you can create all the hands except for these two hands, the Omni hand and the Lemon hand. These two, there's no crafting recipe for them. There's no way for you to make them. And then the Omni hand, what it does is basically a combination of the first three hands. So you can do red, blue, and green all in one hand. So that what that means is all these scanners will work with the Omni hand. They will all get activated. You don't need to change color hands. And the way you do this is by grabbing the colorless hand. You need a battery, which the batteries are crafted like this, and you would need some gear wheels. What's that? Gear wheels that are crafted like this. And so you grab that, then you grab your bucket, and then you need this hand crafter, which is crafted like this. You place it down, and then you place your colorless hand, your battery, your color, and then your some gears, and then you get your hand. You'll use some of the battery, you use one of the gears, and then you get your new hand. And the way you equip the hand is by, since I already have it equipped, you'll go here and you use right click the thing. And there's two sections, so there's the left hand and the right side, and so only the left side holds the blue one, and the right side holds all the other color hands. And that's how this thing works. And so we're going to move on to the little scanners. So these are the scanners, and for them there's no recipe, so this is something that you would need to do in creative. And you also need the wire tool, which is the one that allows you to tell the scanners and the different other items here what they do. So what you do is, for the scanners, you have the little the menu there, so you click H and then you select what you want to do. So there's either linking, configurations, hack mode, and dependencies. For the scanners, the only two things that you're going to be technically using is the link mode and the configuration. You cannot, well, you can do the dependency also, but you would be using, what I did with these things was using the link mode. And so with the link mode, I can select it and then select the door, and then I want to make it so the red hand will open this, but I want them to be dependent. I want this thing to be dependent on these two things. So in this case, I'm going to be using the dependence mode to connect to both of them. So that way, once I scan, let me get, something that you can do with this so you can move through them faster is by clicking R, you get the menu, and also by clicking H, you get this little also menu with animations. So you have like, dislike, pray, hello, and spin. So the green, I wait for it to charge, and then I should just use this. The blue, and then finally the red, and then the door opens. So before we move on, this is the reason why I got the cows, because there are two hands that allow you to do damage. So let me put a hand out, a cow out, and then you would use either the lemon hand or the orange hand. And then if you right click, this has ammo, you can aim and you can shoot something, and then you can damage whatever you're shooting at. And then there's also the lemon one, but the lemon one doesn't really do damage, but it does damage also. It damages the mobs. So if I put another cow out and I change it to the lemon one, it'll show this little, you can hear a little lemon like sound, and then you can hit something with it, and eventually you'll kill it after it takes enough damage. And the only way to remove, you can go through your hands by using the scroll wheel or R, and the only way you can remove the backpack, you have to use your keypad to kind of click on something else. One more thing before we move on, with the scanner, if I put the scanner out and I use the wire tool, and then I change it to configuration mode, it'll allow me to tell it what kind of hand this scanner will activate. It only gives you the three options, so either red, blue, or green. Now we can move on, and now we're going to have, sorry, a burp. I'm going to remove that from the video. Anyway, we have the purple platform, and the purple platform, what it does is it throws you up. So the way you want to do is you want to change this configuration. You can right click it and you can tell it how high the player will jump when they hit it. And you can also activate auto aim if you want to be nicer to whoever's using it. So if I go here, I change the purple hand and I jump and I hit this, I can get I can pass the wall like so. And then we also have this thing called the spin point. I have no idea what I was going about. I don't know what ping point is. It clearly says swing point. Anyway, and this allows you to grab it and kind of like parasite your way to the other side. So like this, and then I can jump and then go, and I messed up. If I can swing a little bit. Come on. There we go. And that's how you get to the other side with that thing. And then we have something a little bit more complicated. We have the different scanners, or power sources, and receivers. So there's one for all three colors. So there's a red one, a green one, and a yellow one. And the way that they work is the red one. So you have to, first of all, link them. The red one has to be linked, and then it has to link to the door. And this is not just a link. This is a what is it called again? A dependency. No, this is not a dependency. You link them. Dependency is something else in the other room. Okay, so you have to link them. If not, they won't work. So what you want to do is I can change to my right hand. I can click that, and I can click this, and there we go. And now the door opens. And then for the green one, you will actually get like a power thing on your hand, and then you select it and it'll open, and this one will close eventually. And the same thing with the orange yellow one. You would need the conductive hand for this one, and then you select that, and then you select this, and it opens. Now then, there's something else you can do with the conductive one, the yellow one. You can, if I come over here and I go into hack mode, you can turn it on and off. So for this purpose of this test that I'm doing here, you want to tap it off, because this whole setup will turn it on. So what I did here is I linked this power tool to this using believe, let's see. No, it was link mode. So I linked them here. So I linked these two things together, and this one with that one, and this one with this one. What this means is that all three things have to have power for this to work and send out the signal over here. So what I do now is I can change my hand to the red one. I can start by selecting that, and then I need to wrap around this, and you have a certain amount of wire. I don't know if you can see it in the middle of the screen. You can see something becoming smaller, and that means that's how much distance you have. And then as I click this thing, now this thing, wait, why didn't it activate? There we go. Now this thing is activated, and that's how then I can use the other hand, the conducting hand, to right click it, and I can right click this and I can open the door to the next section. Now then, for this one, the yellow one, there's a different mode that you can activate, and you can activate it by the configuration by right clicking. You go through the colors. Regular one is the green one, but then you also have the red one and the blue one. The red one, I have no idea what it really does. Couldn't find it. It does give you some, it does change the color of it, but I didn't find a thing for it to do. So what you want to do with the blue one is you want to interact with these things called the Poppy gel. And the thing you would do is you just right click with the conducting one, and then you select this, and it'll turn into this color. After which you want to change to the pressurized hand, and then you can hold it, and then it'll make this little noise and then destroy everything else. And then we have a checkpoint that I put here, and there's something called a sun death. And what this means is that even though there's an opening here and I can see it in creative and survival, if I scroll, I won't be able to see. And so if I try to go through this path, I'll just instantly die. So I will have to, I don't know how that happened. But anyway, so once you create a map, you can create no zones sections, and so that way the player, if they try to go through there, they'll die. And then I can go through here, and we can continue. And the next scene I'm going to show you guys is going to be this thing, the emu cuff and the glovey. So for the purpose of the glovey, I'm going to turn into night, time set night, because the glovey does a couple things. So the glovey is a little accessory that you can add to your grab pack, and it's crafted like this. And the EMU cuffs are crafted like this. So for the glovey, you just right click it and it goes on the left side, and then the same thing with the EMU cuffs. You put it there. You see a difference here, and you can see your little glovey right there. And then for me, I did the brackets, but you guys can change it to a different key. But if I click the key that I wanted to, the glovey will change. So it has two faces. So either off, or then it can also provide light source like this. And then it also has another mode called do this. So it allows me to see these checkpoints looking the glow things. There are the UV sensor blocks, which are these ones. I couldn't find what the UV marker does, but the UV sensor block creates little markers on the floor or wherever you put them. And if you're wearing this thing with the UV looking thing, if I'm creating survival, if I change to survival, then I'm able to see like glowing markers right there that you can use them for whatever you might want to use them. And so I can remove that thing because it's going to get annoying. And now the next thing is we're going to use these things called the magnetic blocks. And what these magnetic blocks do, and it'll tell you when you're close to a market like this. That's another thing. I'll give you a little thing so you can mark things out and kind of show people, yeah, hey, you're missing something, look at this. So anyway, for the magnetic blocks, these are also, there's no crafting recipe for them, you just place them in creative. What the hand that you want to use for these ones is any hand works for it. So I'll just keep the regular hand, and if I grab it, then I'll get pulled there. But it only works if I'm wearing the cuffs, the EMU cuffs. So you have to be wearing it, if not, it won't work. So if I'm wearing it, I can still click on it, I'll be attracted to it, then I'll fall, I can grab again until I'm here. So the last thing that I want to show you guys that the mod includes is this lemon. And you can actually grab it, it'll be on your hand. You can either place it here, or I can do Q and it'll drop it into my inventory. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to show you this. So I'll right click it and I'll put it here, and then I'll start making a little noise. Like I won, right there. And then I can break it and I'll get my lemon back. And I believe that's everything for the mod. That's all the configurations you would need. I think I hope I was clear on the way that you connected them. Some of them are kind of weird. It took me a while to configure these things. I couldn't find how to do them exactly. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the description. I know the mod is still in work in progress according to the website, and they're probably going to change and update and put new things to it. But it's a cool tool to use if you're into creating maps. But anyway, that's it. That's the whole thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!